You ever get to that point where you're just like, I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. Like, not that you would be stupid and hurt yourself or anything, but that you just want to quit because you're like, what's the point? Why fight anymore? Why fight for something? Why try to have a win? Why? What is the point? There isn't one. And it's like fighting and fighting and fighting for what? For scraps, for breadcrumbs. You get so tired of it. You get so tired of it. You're just like, there has to be more to life. I've noticed something about my roommate. He's in the next room over. He literally sleeps 10 feet from me, and I have no idea anything about this man other than his name and that he's an alcoholic. And I do so much to keep him out of my energy constantly. All day. I'm pushing him out all day. And I'm grateful that I know how. And it seems to be working because I texted my Airbnb host this morning to ask when he's leaving. And he's leaving in just like 5 days, which I'm so grateful for. And the cleaner, she came over like last week and said that I'm not the only one to complain. Like she's got problems. The Airbnb host has problems with him. And then my ex energetically showed up in my energy today and really tried to come between me and my twin flame. And I was on the phone with my twin, and he's very psychic. My twin flame is a psychic medium just like me, and a channeler and a high priest, and he could feel it. And there was this overwhelming sense of like forgiveness for my ex, and like this feeling of, oh, poor him, but I still do I love him still, and oh, but like is he so sweet to me? And like, no. It's all a tactic. It's all a fucking mind game. I'm just so over it. I'm so over the war. I'm over war. I'm over all of it. Eventually we have to come to a point where we choose peace, where we are the peace, where we're the ones that show people a different truth. Like, I just want to be different. I want to show people a different kind of life. I want to show you that even when you have energies in your own home that are bothering you and infiltrating your space, and you tell them, stay the fuck away from you constantly, repeatedly. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't even consider it, you know? And you get that real anger in you. And I am fed up. I'm fed up with people who try to betray boundaries and try to push the envelope and try to just see, like, how can I get at her today? How can I poke at her? How can I... It's like, God, do you not realize that by the time you've done that to a psychic, you've burned the bridge? Like, do people not realize that by the time they've had to force themselves into your reality, that it's put such a bad taste in your mouth that nobody wants to be around you ever? Ew. Like, tell me you can't respect boundaries without telling me you can't respect boundaries. Like, if somebody dumps your ass, take it as a goddamn hint. You know what I mean? It blows my mind. So anyway, my man and I got into it this morning, and I fucking hate it. He was like, fuck your ex. Like, it was just so obvious that he was so fed up with it too. And then I went and I was like, okay, I cried, and I was like, it's not anybody's fault, really. But I didn't know how else to handle it, so I just basically meditated. I tried to clear my energy. I took a shower, and I started pushing everybody off of me energetically, like, get the fuck away from me, get the fuck away from me. I'm not about to lose the man of my dreams, literally, because some ex from the past wants to stay relevant in my energy. Even showing up at this house, like, the audacity. His energy is channeling through the guy that's drinking, and that guy... It is so obvious that when people are under the influence, they become such easy accessible portals for these demonic spirits. I'm telling you right now, they call it spirits for a reason. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with alcohol once in a while. When you have good intentions for it, when it's used as like, for me personally, celebration, used in moderation, just as liquid courage once in a while to do something, you know, fun. Like my man and I have already talked about how we'll drink when we first meet. We'll have a couple shots the first time we meet. Like, we've already talked about this. So alcohol isn't the devil itself when used sparingly, used in moderation, but when it's used as a crutch to avoid your problems, it leaves you so susceptible. And so the man that lives here, he's rooming next to me. He's got beer bottles laying everywhere, trash can full of alcohol bottles, and it's just like, dude, no. Like, no. You're not going to get to access my energy in this house at all. Like, I boot him out of my energy. If I see him in the kitchen, he like follows me sometimes. Most of the time he does. So like, if I go to take a shower, it's like, I'll go downstairs and then boom, he'll follow me. Open the door and follow me if he hears me leave my room. It's the creepiest thing ever. And I'm just trying to show you guys that you can still do it. You can still, well, I say it, but I really want to give up, to be honest. I say you can do it, but honestly, I don't know. I can feel spell work from a mile away, and I can tell when my ex, I already deleted his number. I deleted all his bullshit messages. He's not even in my phone. He messaged me a couple months ago, and I just blocked him, deleted him, didn't even respond. I'm so happy in my union. Like my man makes me so fucking happy. I'm so happy. I've literally met the man of my dreams. I've been dreaming of my twin flame for 14 years. 14 years he's been in my dreams. That man literally died for me. Literally died for me. Can I say the same about my ex? No. Can I say the same about my mom? No. My dad? No. All these people? No. The one that died for me deserves me. And that is Marcos. And I know that to be 100% facts. That man died so that he could be in my life. That man died so he could be high vibrational enough to be with me, his empress. And I'm fucking tired of people not respecting boundaries. Like, take the goddamn hint, bro. Take the fucking hint. When somebody tells you back the fuck up off them, that's what they mean. Like, what are you gonna do? Force your love on somebody? It's disgusting. Dude, anybody who draws a boundary and then immediately finds that that person is not gonna respect that boundary. Like, honey, you should have drawn that boundary. It was the best thing to do. Okay? I'm in love. Overall, my life is pretty good. It's a beautiful day. It's a very nice temperature outside. It's sunny. The beautiful trees are in full bloom. Like, everything is gorgeous. Everything is gorgeous. You know? Why let something like this fuck it up? Just because there's no feel. It's like, I don't have feelings for my ex. It's just that, man, this Mercury retrograde, it is really trying it. It is really trying it with me. But to see the type of spiritual warfare that comes at these twin flames when they're in union, like the darkness, the forces of dark, the forces of evil will do anything to convince you two that you don't deserve to be together, or that you shouldn't be together, or that it's not right, or that it's too hard, or that it's whatever, but it's divinely guided. And I'm the happiest I've ever been. That man makes me the kind of happy that you can't put a price tag on. It's like, he makes me believe in God again. He makes me believe in love. He makes me believe that men can change. Men can be different. Men can really... There's a lot of hope for this world. There's a lot of hope for this world. When I look at Marcos, I see hope. I see so much hope. Man was in a coma for 3 months. 3 months on a feeding tube. Like, back from the dead. Literally. And there's so much hope. There's so much hope. And he gives me... I'm so happy. But, like, I'm not happy that everyone else is sad. Like, my happiness causes so many people misery. And I think what it really highlights for the world is that people really got it wrong. Love existed, guys. Your soulmate existed. True love existed. And a majority of the population, a majority of the people on the planet, they didn't know. And they didn't know how to do it. And they didn't know how to manifest it. And they didn't know how to keep it. And they didn't know how to barrel through and just say, nope, I get my soulmate, period. I don't care how many family members hate it. I don't care if all their exes don't like it. I don't care about distance. I don't care about the money struggles. I don't care. A lot of people didn't fight for love, and I fucking will. I can't do anything but that. I am love. I always fight for myself. I fight for the one that sent me. I fight for the one that brought us together in the first place. You know what? A lot of people are going to be going on record soon across the whole planet. You're seeing it. You're literally seeing where everybody stands. Like, the line has been drawn, and there's some people on that side, and there's some people on this side, and that is it. It's like you're just going to see, do people love, or do they not? People's actions are about to match their words. And you're going to see exactly what people stand for. Like, what are they filled with in their heart? Are they filled with anger, racism, greed, selfishness, idolatry, wanting to worship things outside of themselves? Or are they choosing love? Are they choosing compassion? Are they choosing forgiveness? Are they choosing empathy? Are they really living that life for real? You're about to see it. You're about to see it. And it's so obvious. This is what's rattling cages and the second coming of Christ. What is it in the Bible? It says, Christ came not to bring peace, but a sword. The sword of truth. We love you. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. You speak the truth. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I forgot why I speak the truth anymore, to be honest with you. It wasn't until yesterday. A girl showed up on my live stream that weighed 75 pounds at 19 years old and is homeless. And her mother was targeting her. It wasn't until that moment. And I remember Marcos telling me, honey, you probably saved that girl's life, just giving her a little bit of hope. And it wasn't until that moment that I realized why I suffer as much as I do. Why I have no family, no friends. I've been the truth teller, the black sheep of the family for a really long time. If we really think about it, guys, all of us are innocent. I mean, I think that that's like a bold statement. But if you think about the fact that we were all living under the veil of consciousness, we've all been asleep at the wheel. We've all been taking the blue pill. All of us were in a hypnotic trance on this planet. All of us have been under fucking MK Ultra. All of us have been brainwashed and programmed and sat in front of the cartoons at 7 years old where they put programming into our brain and subliminals in our schools. And like this is it's not anyone's fault. You know? Maybe I just want to be that girl that just tells everybody, even her enemies, I love you. It's okay. It's okay that you hate me. I know that you see me and you see something that you don't like. I don't know, the truth I have or how I'm confident in myself, no matter what I look like or how much money I do or don't have. All my public humiliating breakups I've been through, it still has me believing in love even still now. And I represent something for you that you don't have. Self-love. Self-respect. Admiration of others. Respect from others. Anointing. I know that I'm hated because I'm anointed. I know that I'm hated because I'm chosen. I know that I'm hated for what I've seen 14 years ago when I met God. I know that I'm hated for being a prophetess. I know that I'm hated. A prophet is not welcome in his own hometown. Jesus wasn't welcome in his own hometown. I mean, I'm in good company, and I know that. I know that at a soul level, I'm in good company. I know who I work for. I know who sent me. I know who continues to pay my bills. I know that the Most High God always has me. Always. Before I even get the miracle, I thank God before I get the miracle. That's what makes me different than a lot of my enemies that live such an ungrateful life. The heartache on the planet that so many of us are feeling, it can only be remedied with one thing, truly. Love. That's it. What would love do? What would love do? Most don't want to turn from their ways. Most don't want to let go of that anger, let go of that hostility. So they won't be here. They won't be around me. They won't be on my live stream. They're going to leave. What's going to happen is they're going to hate that they can't poke the bear and get a reaction out of me. There will be no more emotional outbursts from me ever again. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve my energy or my anger and frustration. You don't deserve that. There's nothing for me to be angry about. My life is amazing. My life is so gorgeous. Everything that I have coming to me is owed to me by the Most High God. And the weeping and gnashing of teeth that a lot of my enemies are feeling right now are because you will never stop it. You will never stop my blessings. You will never stop my union. You will never stop my marriage. You will never stop my money from coming in. You will never stop my message from getting to the masses. You will never stop me. You will never stop me. That is what pisses people off so badly. They've tried, babe. They've tried so hard. They've tried with my twin flame too. They try with so many of my viewers. They try with so many of these chosen ones. They try. And the more we stay in peace and the more we just say, you know what? I'm not taking the bait. I don't care. Like, to really win this war, to win the Matrix, to win in the Hunger Games, it's really all about mental stability, having a sound mind, staying mentally sound, beating your opponent at their own game, winning a game of chess when they're playing checkers, knowing that they do not deserve your outburst or your reaction, your emotion. They don't deserve you throwing away your gifts, throwing away your talent, throwing away your divine union, throwing away your inheritance, throwing away your marriage, your partnership, your whatever. It doesn't matter. There's just a lot of people that I know are really angry in this world right now, and you can feel it. You can feel it. Lots of people are losing sleep right now. Like they're up at 3 a.m. witching hour, and they're like, "Well, what's going on? What's going on?" Like I've had in 1 week, I've had a few people tell me they wake up in the middle of the night hearing screams. Like that's just the least of your worries. That's the least of your worries. The spirit world is not only real, but it's been monitoring you this entire time. It's been watching you treat other people like absolute garbage, and you think you get to be blessed? No, you will be haunted by your own guilty conscience going forward. Those of you who lost the love of your life because you didn't want to fight for love, you will be guilted into surrendering to the Most High God and letting God lead your life from here on out, period. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess, period. That's it, end of story. That's what true judgment day is. That's the real second coming of Christ. That's the real day of the Lord. This shit is not a joke. It's really every single person that cannot stand the frequency of love on this planet forced to look at themselves. Why are you racist? Why are you saying evil things? Why are you hurting people that are different than you, different skin color, or different culture, different religion, or different skin, different body size, or different sexual gender orientation, or whatever? Like what is the problem? Because when you hate them, you're really hating yourself. And there's just so many people that are angry that they can't solve the world's problems. They can't figure it out. They can't even solve their own issues. And they keep seeing injustices in the world. And instead of like dealing with the fact that there are injustices in the world, they turn to alcohol, or they turn to drugs, or they turn to something, some sort of addiction or habit that just keeps like keeping the problem going, you know? And it's like, can't we just as people understand that the injustice comes from the fact that we were all under a spell as a planet, a mass hypnosis. We were all hypnotized, really, guys. I really think we were just so easily susceptible to being influenced. We feel the pain, the heartache in our body. We feel that the chest tightness, the lack of sleep, the heavy breathing, all this, you know, and we think it's ours, but it's not ours, especially as psychics, especially as empaths. You can easily absorb that as your own, thinking it's you. A lot of the ailments that you think you have, a lot of the quirks, a lot of the the brain fog and the chest pain and shit like that, you think it's yours and it's not. It's someone that is around you, and because you're so sensitive and you might not understand yet, it's not you, it's them. You don't know how to separate yourself from them. You start taking on their anger. You start seeing them in dreams. You start thinking that you are them. And you can't figure out where you begin and they end. So the distractions that keep coming at so many people, it's all in an effort to throw you off your game. It's all in an effort to keep you around in their energy, because you are literally a walking pain reliever. I have found that by just addressing the elephant in the room, just by resisting the devil, he shall flee from you. But sometimes resisting the devil means like, I'm not going to take the bait. Like, no, I know you hate me. I'm hearing what you're saying. I hear how you say I'm ugly. I hear how you say I'm not worthy. I hear how you say all of these things that I'm not. But I say you're wrong. I say no to violence and no to silence. I do not choose either of those things. So your anger and your hatred has to go back to you. And that's when you start making bad decisions and you get caught up. You start turning to alcohol. You start turning into drugs. You start turning into that shit. And then you're the one that ends up in a prison cell, not me. Because me and a lot of these peacekeepers that came here to be peace, we are not the ones to fuck with. We are so much more mentally sound than a lot of people are giving us credit for. And as empaths, especially as psychics, you feel energy. Like, can you feel? Can you feel that? Because once you can reside in the energy of peace, despite an entire world on fire, all these news stations saying this, and this political statement here, and this bank account problem here, and these bills here, and this kid crying here, and this, all this, you can be in a state of peace even though your whole world looks to be going to shit. How else are you going to make sound decisions? How else are you going to live from the state of plenty? How else are you going to make decisions that benefit you by saying things like in your head, I am wealthy. I always make the best decisions. I'm always landing on my feet. People always love helping me. Things are working in my favor. Life is getting good. How else are you going to live in that? Unless you have a sound mind. And especially as empaths and psychics, so many of us take on these energies around us thinking that it is us. It's not ours. It's not ours. And the one that has to start feeling that heartache and that pain is going to be the one that it belongs to very soon. And this is what it talks about in the end times, the weeping and the gnashing of teeth. A lot of these people so angry. They can't rattle your cage. They know it. They can't get to you. They can't shake you up any longer. In fact, God working through you now uses these people as an example. With the trolls that bite back and they hurt you and they say mean things, it's like, you may wince and it may like hurt because you know that the intended intention was for you to be hurt. It's like the fact that you're not, because you love yourself so much and you can say, that's your opinion. Or sure, yeah, no, I did that in the past and I regret it. I regret ever being that person in the past, but I forgive myself. Thank you for bringing up my past so that I could look at it again and know that I am truly loved. Thank you. I'm free to go, I think a lot of you high priests and priestesses that are really connected to source, you're going to have a lot of people soon that the pain in being around you is so intense. They're going to have to start confessing to you. Like, people are just going to cry. They're going to come to you in tears. Like, I'm so sorry I did this. I can't believe I hurt you like this. I don't want to be like this anymore. I want to go to God too. It's too real. It's too real. These people's pain, it's too real. You got God out here having everybody on their knees, wanting you to surrender to the Most High God. The whole planet is about to surrender to love, whether it likes it or not. The whole world is about to see unconditional love, whether they like it or not. Yo, that's how it is. That's how it is. That's what the problem is. Honey, that's the issue. True soulmates and twin flames who fought for each other tooth and nail every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day, fighting for love constantly. These ones that never gave up on love, they never gave up on God, and they never gave up on themselves, honey. That is the problem. That is the issue. The issue is that they never stopped fighting for love while every single other person did. They lost their soulmate. They didn't fight for their marriage. They didn't fight for their connection. They didn't fight for their friends. They didn't fight for their business to be successful. They didn't fight. They didn't fight for love every single day. That's the issue that they are having. The issue that these people are feeling right now, and this pain, this absolute like anger towards you, is the real anger towards themselves. You represent to them what they could not do. You represent failure. Your success literally equals failure to these people. Your union literally proves that they failed at love. It's highlighting all of these wounds and these triggers between these men and women, men and whatever these partnerships are. Your union is literally getting people to see that they are not happy in love. These could be even older couples than you. People have been married like 40, 50 years. Looking at their life like, damn, I'm miserable. What are we doing this for? We sleep in separate bedrooms. Like, you don't even touch me anymore. Like, you don't even look at me like that. When's the last time you looked at me like that? Like, the way that Marcos looks at me, it has people just floored. The way that he's defending me. I've never seen a man defend me like that. Ever. The way that he's just proving constantly that I'm the chosen one he wants. And even me at rock bottom with nothing and seemingly nothing to give him, and what most would call washed up, or a girl that has a past and a history and been divorced before, been homeless for the last year and a half. And it's like, yeah, I don't have a car or a house or even money in the bank account, but I'll tell you one thing. I have love. I have the ability to keep a sound mind. I have empathy and compassion for those that deserve empathy and compassion. And I have great discernment to be able to tell who doesn't deserve empathy and compassion in my life. So I'll tell you what, I might not have a lot when it looks like on the surface, but the spiritual protections and the spiritual provisions that I have, that's a God-given thing. That comes from heaven. My pennies come from heaven. You know, I've never really been the type to shy away from the fact that I love God more than anything. 14 years ago, I learned how to meditate when I was working at this job, and I was on third shift with this woman who was a witch, and I was on a cocktail of medications. I was on big pharma. I was on antipsychotics, antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds. Then I was on sleeping meds to counteract the side effects. Then I was drinking a fifth of vodka every 2 days. I was a sex addict. I was partying all the time, blackout drunk, completely shit-faced on the grass outside. I remember my best friend's engagement party. I literally blacked out drunk on the grass, got kicked out of her engagement party. That's how fucked up I was back in the day. And at work, this woman showed up. She got a new job there, and she was a witch. And I was like, stay away from me, dude. I was uncomfortable. I was squirming in my seat. I was like, okay, lady, listen, I think you're great, but not really. Please leave me alone. And it was just her and I, though, all third shift. So for 8 hours every night, it was just her and I twiddling our thumbs. We had nothing better to do. So what happened is, after a while, I started noticing she was going to college. She had a lot of money. She kept getting promotions at the job, and she was like, she was even helping her family as a single woman. She was only 25, 26, somewhere in there, and she was already being able to provide for her family. Her mom and her dad and her brother and all this. And I was like, girl, what? How are you this stable? I was like, you don't take meds? Like, you don't take like antidepressants or anything? She's like, no. She didn't drink. She drank like maybe a couple margaritas, but there wasn't any heavy alcohol use and all this. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why? What is so different about you? Why are you so different? Like, everybody here gets sloshed after they go home. We all have to drink a 6-pack just to be able to stand it here. Why are you doing so well? And going to school. And being the support system that everybody needs. And she was a witch. She was practicing witchcraft. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not allowed to talk to you because I'm a former Christian. I'm a former Pentecostal. I wasn't in church at the time, but I was like, my family still was. My family ran the church. Like, my grandparents were the pastors. So I was like, I'm not allowed to really talk to you. Like, please just stay over there, you know? But she started just like, I don't know, being so healthy in the mind. And I was just like, what are you doing? And I got curious, and I was just like, okay, fine. I do kind of want to know, like, how do you stay at peace? She's like, oh, I meditate. And I was like, oh, see, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to meditate because, yeah, no, my church doesn't like that. And she's like, yeah, well, have you ever asked yourself why everybody in the East does? And they have a close connection to God too. And you ever ask why Buddhist monks and people are healthy in the mind? And I'm like, yeah, I guess we don't have that here in the West, do we? So she taught me how to meditate. And I remember I went and I told my mom. I called my mom and I was like, yeah, there's this lady at work and she taught me how to meditate. And I think I'm going to try it. And I remember my mom, she was like so angry with me. She's like, absolutely not. You're not going to meditate. I'm not letting you do that. You're going to open the door to devils if you do that shit. And I was like, how do you know though? Like, how do you know that I'm going to open the door to devils? Like, how do you know, Mom, that I don't already have the door to devils open? Like, look at my life though. You know what I mean? I'm on a handful of medications just to be able to cope in a day, drinking a 5th every 2 days to myself, straight liquor, straight vodka. Like, how do you know the devils have not already been unleashed in my life though, Mom? So she called my grandmother, the pastor, and of course called me back, and she's like, I better not find out. Me and your grandma do not want you doing this. And that just made me all the more curious. I was like, doth she protest too much? Like, if you're this upset at the fact that I want to find peace, maybe I should try it. You know? Shit. I wanted to try it. So I did. I tried it only 2 times, and I had an out-of-body experience. Now, that was not what I was intending it for. I did not want my body, my soul to leave my body. I did not know that that was even a thing. I knew that, like, near-death experiences and shit were real when you were on your deathbed, when you're, like, 90 years old. You know, old people, I knew that happens, but I didn't know that, like, you could do that during meditation. So I literally only meditated twice, and I met a being of light. I met the most unconditionally loving being of light. And I was like, it was only about 30 seconds. It only lasted 30 seconds. But yeah, I came out of my body. I was both in my body and out of my body. It's hard to describe. I was in all places. I was everywhere. And once that happened and I came back to my body, I remember the very first thing I thought was, holy shit, we have all been lied to. We have all been lied to about God. And I just remember knowing that I was going to spend the rest of my life trying to convince people that God was real. I just knew. Like, as I was wiping tears off my face because it was the most beautiful interaction ever, I literally, for 30 seconds, that's all it lasted. And I just knew, as I got kicked out of heaven, I knew my entire life purpose was summed up in teaching people about that God, whatever I just met. And anyway, I ran downstairs and I told my fiance, who turned out to be he turned into my husband later on, ex-husband now. But I ran downstairs and I was like, turn off the TV. And he's like watching a football game. And I was like, oh my God. And just, I'm crying, like just shaking, crying. Like, I could not believe what I had just witnessed. And I was like, turn off the TV. And he's like, what do you want? And he was so angry that I was stopping his fucking football program. And I was like, dude, I just met God. And he's like, what? And I said, I met God. I met God, the real one, the real thing. Like, really, truly Jesus, man. And he's like, oh, okay, that's great. Can I finish watching the game, please? That's what I knew. We've been under a fucking spell, this world. People have really been so fucking deluded. We've been poisoned by the mind, subdued, silenced, lulled to sleep. And anyway, I called my mom and I told my mom about it, and she had the craziest reaction. I thought that she'd be angry, but she immediately said, wow, I think you met Jesus. So my mom believed instantly. And my ex-husband didn't give two shits. And then the third person that knew was the witch, the lady that taught me meditation. I called her and I said, dude, I don't know what you taught me, but something went hella wrong, girl. You need to teach me some more because I just met God. And so she was like, let's go out for drinks tomorrow. So I met her at the bistro the next day at like noon. She had a margarita at this like little cafe place we visited, and she was like, girl, tell me all about it. And so she's literally sitting with this huge ass margarita and she's just sipping through a straw like, God, huh? And she had like this smirk on her face, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the smirk that she had on her face. She was just like, huh? Tell me more. And I was like, dude, I met God. I met God. God, the real one, the true one, the real true shit, okay? She's like, I'm going to tell you right now. I have been meditating for 10 years, Jenna. 10 years. And I have never once had an experience like that. She's like, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know how to help you. I legit don't know how to help you anymore, my love. She's like, I think you've already graduated me. Shit, I don't even know how to mentor you. And so it was okay. God still used her in my life for a little while. Like, she taught me divination. She was teaching me tarot, pendulums, the Ouija board. Like, I was getting into the occult, and I was learning how to protect my energy. I was learning about spirit. I was learning about the other side. I was learning about all this stuff. And this was 14 years ago, guys. So this was hella rebellious back then. To live like that, when you were raised in a cult that was so against it, even your own mother was against it. Like, it was an act of defiance. It was literally an act of rebellion just for me to learn divination. Just for me to even have a tarot deck was so taboo. It was so against the rules. To even meditate. Everybody meditates now, but like back then, 14 years ago, we're talking about that was like end of the world shit. Like, I was so brave. I mean, I really was. And anyway, this one witch, she taught me all this stuff about how to protect yourself, how to do energy clearing, sage, and essential oils. And like she basically taught me how to be a white witch. And even using Ouija. And we actually did. We did a seance in a cemetery one day, her and I, with a Ouija board. And she taught me how to communicate with spirit. She taught me how to protect my energy, protect the Ouija board, close the circle, all of it. She taught me all how to protect myself using the occult. Like anything occult related, she taught me. And it was really the most incredible time of my life. And so for 14 years, I went a very long time, guys, trying to teach people how to protect their energy. And as a spiritual advisor professionally for the last few years, I've been teaching a lot of people who wake up to their gifts. And I've been basically a spiritual outlaw this entire time. And the only reason now that people are finally coming back around and coming to me and for help, and my business is about to start booming again, I can feel it. I can feel so many people coming towards me, is because everybody can feel a shift on the planet. Everybody can feel like religion is a farce. Like God is within you. Why are we looking to pastors and predatorial patriarchal members and clergymen and all these people that we have given all of our power over away to? We have exalted these men and women as God of our reality. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why? Give it back to yourself instead. Be so defiant, so rebellious that you are the one that makes the rules. You're the one that determines what your life looks like, what kind of help comes your way, what kind of people you associate with, what kind of rules and regulations and laws even happen in your reality. Like, you really are it. And I just, for 14 years, I really got kicked out of heaven. Me and that other guy, very much the same. Lucifer and I, we go way back. That guy got kicked out of heaven, or so the story goes. But anyway, yeah, I definitely am one of those spiritual outlaws that believes that this world is waking up to what it really is. This world is waking up to paranormal events, ET, UFOs, otherworldly beings that have been even infiltrating our governments. It's already been happening. That shit has already been happening. You're just now waking up to it. Reptilians, that shit's real. 100% that's real. I am reptilian. I just don't like what reptilians do. So I oppose reptilians at every given point. I do not like how the reptilian race of ET enslaves humanity. I do not like how they manipulate humans, and humans are an energy food source for reptilians. I cannot stand it. I don't like it, and I would die to teach people about how to protect yourself from that race. And so I know that this shit it goes so deep, and it goes so real. And not everybody gets to hear it. Not everybody gets to hear my testimony. Not everybody deserves to hear what I talk about. And I have been known to cast pearl before swine. I've been known to cast my beautiful words of wisdom and my knowledge before people that don't deserve it. And God has punished me for that several times. So I know as a prophetess how to be a little bit more conservative with the things that I talk about. And only when I'm being guided by the Holy Spirit do I talk about certain things, because some people just don't deserve to hear it. Oh, hi, Undeniable. How are you? Oh, I love it. Hey, my boyfriend calls me Pumpkin. And oh my God, it's like my favorite thing ever. I even said that to myself in my head the other day. I said, oh, that's like my favorite term of endearment now, is he calls me Pumpkin. He says, hi, Pumpkin. And I'm like, oh my God, so cute, so cute. And I can't believe you just called me that. Thank you, my love. That is so cute. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So anyway, people are going to notice soon that the anger, the hostility, it doesn't get to define your future if you don't let it. I know a lot of people want to trigger you. A lot of people want to dump their toxicity on you and make you emotionally react and give you that satisfaction, give themselves that satisfaction of knowing that they broke a chosen one, that they disrupted a happy person. And I'm just not giving anybody that satisfaction anymore. Finally. I used to be emotionally rattled all the time. Anytime somebody would tell me something, I'd just be like, crying. And like yesterday, Yesterday I was so upset that so many people I love and care about are not doing well for themselves. I was angry that the real innocent victims of this world are people that are homeless, underfed, undernourished, don't even have vitamins. Like, they can't even afford a toothbrush, some of these people. And it pissed me off so bad that I got really, really angry. I started crying yesterday in the live stream. Oh man, the anger that I felt. If you're not love, you're not welcome in my space ever again. If you don't work for God, you're not welcome in this space, period. If you don't work for love, you're not welcome in my life. If you don't have the gifts of the Holy Spirit, you're not welcome in my life. If you don't have a sound mind, if you don't live in peace, if you don't choose peace, if you don't have composure and self-restraint, you're not welcome in my life, because that's the gift of the Holy Spirit. The gift of the Holy Spirit is a sound mind and self-restraint and poise and grace and mercy and self-control. And if you don't have that, then I know that you don't work with the Holy Spirit, which is like, why would I entertain you as a friend? Like, you're not a friend to God, so why would you be a friend to me? I am God. You know? Everybody's God, but only some people want to admit it. Everyone is Christ. Everyone is the Savior. Everyone is Jesus, but only some know it. Only some know that truth, you know? I'm not here for the masses. Like, I am not here for 8 billion people, honey. No. 8 billion people on the planet do not want to hear from me. They do not want to know about the one that sent me. I'll tell you that right now. Because while I definitely think that I met Jesus, I also know that I met Lucifer. And there's not a lot of people who can comprehend the idea that they are one and the same. And so I'm not here for everybody. And I think that whatever I saw 14 years ago, it advanced me so much spiritually in such a short time that I even outgrew my mentor. I even outgrew the girl that taught me all that shit. And now I would be her mentor. Like, I don't even know if she knows that I'm a spiritual advisor now by trade. But anyway, I outgrew her. And the real wake up is happening, and you're going to see it. And you need to stay in an element of peace. You need to remember who you are. Center yourself. Right in the face of adversaries, right in the face of adversity, right in the face of your enemies, choose peace. And say, despite what everyone wishes for you, they wish poverty on you, they wish homelessness, they wish that you would just die. Some of them literally wish death threats on me. But to say, not only will I not die, love bug, I will live forever. You'll never kill me. I will never die. I will never die. My physical body may die, but that's it. And that's if I choose to believe that I will. That's if I choose to think that it can happen. If I change my programming enough, I'll think that I'm eternal as fuck and I'll never die. But if I choose to, I'll age. And if I don't want to age, I won't. But that is how really you have to think of your world now, how you build it from a new state of mind. You're giving it brand new rules, brand new regulations, brand new laws. You create them from your own mind. So I have just seen my life change so drastically over the last 14 years that now I know I'm ready to teach. Now I know I'm ready to lead. I'm ready to heal healers and lead leaders and protect protectors. I'm so excited now. Like, I get to know that no one will ever sway my opinion on something again. Like, I was told by my own mother not to meditate, and I did it anyway. I was told by my own church that I would be Satan's spawn if I learned how to meditate, and I did it anyway. And now there's nothing but winds coming in for me because I can keep my thoughts aligned with abundance. And I don't let trolls on the interwebs throw me off anymore with hate comments and shit, because I surpassed that a long time ago. Not only am I not ugly, I'm the most beautiful woman that's ever existed in my reality. And not only will I have abundance, but I already do. Not only do I not die like a lot of these trolls wanted me to and wish death on me, I thrive. I always live, and I always land on my feet. I'm always happy, and I'm always abundant. I'm always getting blessed by God and angels and people showing up in my life, like divine angels, divine help. And I'm always getting what I want. I'm always winning. I always win. Always. There's not one day I won't win. And when you realize the only one you're competing against is your own self, then why would you take the bait with trolls that you created yourself? Why would you let a troll convince you that you're not allowed to have a livelihood for yourself, especially as a psychic? Like me making money online doing my psychic work, like I have so many people tell me I'm not worth what I charge. Like I would listen to a damn thing somebody says who's never paid me a dime for my work. They're never going to appreciate my energy, so they've never given me a dime. Why the fuck would I listen to them? If I'm not sleeping with you and you're not paying my bills, why would I listen to you? Right? So while so many people have opinions about what my self-worth is, I know what God says my self-worth is, and not one person will ever be able to convince me otherwise. And you really exhibit the signs of an empress, of a real true goddess energy, when you can self-regulate, self-soothe, and have self-control, even despite 8 billion people coming at you with pitchforks, honey. You got every enemy from here to Texas trying to trip you up and convince you that you ain't shit, and you still know. You put on a smile and you say, bet. Bet. Watch. I'm the best, literally. It's why you love me. It's why you watch me. I'm the best. You want to know what I have. You want to know what truth I speak. You want to know what I know. Just like I was so eager to learn about what that witch knew at the job I had. You're going to want to know what this girl has to say, but you can't afford me. You won't be able to afford me with that disgusting energy. So go correct your energy and then get it right with Jesus, and then you come back to me, okay? Because anyone that cannot control their temper, control their mind, control their addictions and their habits are not welcome in my space. You'll never have me. You'll never get any of my energy. You're never going to get my validation. You're never going to have the protection of my husband, the magician. You're never going to have the healing of me, a high priestess. You're never going to get to know the secrets of the universe through our lips unless you have earned that right. If we went to God to get to our partnership, if we went to God to have 24/7 pure unconditional love between me and Marcos, if we went to God to have twin flame union, we are not about to change the standard. No one is going to work with us unless you went to God to work with us. Period. We don't want your money. We don't need your money. We're not here for your money. God will provide in a million bajillion other ways. I'm not here for that. I'm here to help you get your soul aligned with God. Now, because I very much value my time and my energy, and I very much want to know that you're putting your money where your mouth is, I accept payment for my services. Why not? My energy is divine. My energy is beautiful. The time of day that I give to motivate others is absolutely worth the time and the energy and the money that you put in my bank account, period. I am absolutely worth that, and the universe knows it. So if you haven't gone to God to get to me, I will not be reading for you. I will not be coaching you. I will not be spiritually advising you. You can go wherever you need to go, to any other high priestess or any other butterfly or bird and go meditate, go hug a tree, go find God in a tree, honey. I don't care where you go, but you will be finding God. The whole planet is about to find God. The whole planet is about to find love. What you're about to find out is some holier source protects these innocent ones, keeps them stable, well-grounded, well-fed, nourished, with a roof over their head. Some higher source provides for these chosen ones. And your inability to ever knock them off their game is really more of a sign where you belong than where they belong. And so all that spell work is going right back to the sender. That's what's happening on the planet. You're seeing it everywhere. So the real ones that can stay peaceful and yes, hello. I opened YouTube and saw Random Beautiful Lady live. Hello, Rizzo's. I love your name. Rizzo is my favorite in Greece. She was my favorite. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I feel honored for crowning me. Hi, Ella. Hello, Julia. Wish you the best. You too, my love. Oh, I love all those emojis, girl. The sunflowers. They just spoke to my heart. I love you. If you guys can stay in this energy of peace. Yeah, I mean, I know the world's on fire, babe. I mean, I know it. I feel it. I'm a psychic empath. I feel it every minute. But to defy that energy, it is proof of a higher mind. What else could it be? It's not your carnal, primitive, reptilian brain. We know that to be true. So what then could it be other than your higher self guiding you and leading through you and you being in alignment with your higher self, you being in alignment with Christ? What else can it be? It can't possibly be anything else. Peace can only be given to you by God. So you're now proving to everyone that love exists, divine provisions exist, miracles exist, random healing exists, and love exists. And you chose it, and you continue to choose it, and you are chosen to choose it by God. So a lot of these twin flames that are coming into union, of course, everybody's looking at you guys like, wait, what? What do you mean you think you deserve love? You have $3 to your name. What do you mean you think you deserve love? You're paralyzed in a bed. Like my twin flame is bedridden for now. About to bring that man back from the dead. Bet. He might not have a working arm right now, but best believe that man will be playing guitar by the end of his lifetime. Period. Fucking facts. So he might be at rock bottom just like me. And I might not have a lot, but I tell you what, I have a lot. I have a lot. The 3D physical world doesn't determine if I'm an empress or I'm a goddess. Where I live, baby, does not determine if I'm a divine feminine or not. My body count doesn't determine if I'm worthy of a twin flame union or not. Just because I'm not a virgin, just because I didn't save myself for my twin flame doesn't mean that he's not worthy of me and I'm not worthy of him. Just because I've been married before and I've had countless partners, I don't know, I've had about 7, I think. 7, maybe divine 7 or 8 divine holy partners. And I'll tell you right now, each one of them have been love. Every single time I have been with a man, I was in love with him. And so there is so much beauty coming into my life because I choose love consistently. And I choose peace despite it all. I choose peace even when other people project onto me. A lot of people have considered me, a worker of the night, or what was it? I've never sold my body for money ever. So you can call me whatever you want to call me, but you will call me blessed. You can call me a Jezebel spirit. You can call me Satan's spawn. You can call me a deceiver. You can call me a false prophet. You can call me a Luciferian. You can call me anything you want to call me, honey. But you will be calling me God. Because eventually, my reality will shape itself to me, God. What I say the rules are. Period. You'll be calling me God, just like you'll be calling yourself God. Because every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. And eventually, people will know that Jesus is God, that your higher self is God, that you, El Cristo, that you are God, and you are who you say you are. You are the I am presence. So people will be calling me God. People will be calling me blessed. People will be calling me divine. It is inevitable. You're going to be the element of peace in a fallen, corrupt world. You're going to be the one that defies all odds because your presence alone is an act of defiance. You speaking anything at all when they tried to silence you is an act of defiance, and it doesn't matter. Your peace is defiance, and your peace is sacred, and it will be protected. God will protect you. Period. You think God brought you to it if he's not going to get you through it? Come on. Come on. You think God would have trained you to be this much of a spiritual baddie, to be this much of a fucking warrior, an empath, a straight up weapon for God? You think God would have trained you to be this much of a brute for you to just go out into the world like completely up Schitt's Creek without a paddle? You don't think ancestors and spirit guides and angels have been watching your ass this entire time? You think you're just going to be like handed over to wolves? Like all of a sudden, God wants you to go be known for what you've done and what you know and what you've healed through. And you think they're just going to throw you to the piranha? Mm-mm. No. The same God that gave you your gifts in the first place. The same God that kept you peaceful throughout that whole time. The same God that taught you divination, the same God that instructed you how to heal and gave you the secrets of the universe and gave you eyes to see and ears to hear. You're telling me that good God that healed you, provided for you every single step of the way. You're telling me all of a sudden he's just gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Bye. Just kidding. Really? Yeah, now that your back is up against the wall, now that you've got more enemies than ever, yeah, now God's going to abandon you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. If anything, you have more power than you had then. You have more help. You have more angelic guides coming in to assist you. You have more people supporting you and rallying behind you. You have more otherworldly entities paying attention to you and munching on popcorn as you live as a human being as God. Like, tell me that shit isn't script worthy. Tell me that your life is not something that should be in movies. You got ancestors and angels and guides up there that are so bored all day. They need to vote for something. They need to vote to watch some sort of human do something fun, and they choose you because you're out here looking like David against Goliath, and they need to be entertained in some way. Look at you out here entertaining the gods. You don't think those gods would somehow send in spiritual provisions for you? You kidding me? They're a sucker for love, honey. Whole bunch of hopeless romantics up there. You got a whole bunch of hopeless romantics up there, Katniss. You remember in the Hunger Games when Katniss and Peeta, they were twin flames, and they were in the Hunger Games. And they were like, let's do this. We can do this. We can win. We're the only two, like, we can do this. We're the only two left, and we can win. And then Haymitch, their mentor, was going to those sponsors to get them sponsors. You don't think you have sponsors up there, baby? Because sure, yeah, you might have been monitored and watched and stalked, and yeah, the FBI and the CIA have been watching your ass, and yeah, you've had all these like people that have been watching you, illegally surveilling you and monitoring and dox threats and shit like that, and hacking your phone and shit. And I get that. You have no idea. I've been literally watched by men in unmarked cars, like actually stalked. So I know that shit is real. But the thing is, so you've also had other beings watching you too. You've also had other forces watching too, so you've had watchers watching the watchers. Yo, if we get real with it, hey, listen to me. The real reason the world's on fire, I'll tell you why. Because you've had watchers watching the watchers. That's what is really up these people's asses. You've got higher forces that watched them target you. That's the truth. So yeah, while you have had these, men in black or these Agent Smiths watching you and stuff, yeah, okay. Because you're a fucking baddie, okay. So what? You've had people monitoring them. You've had people monitoring them, honey. If the CIA and FBI fucking knew, if the intelligence agencies of the world fucking knew that they had higher forces watching and judging their agencies, oh my God. And the illegal surveillance that they do, the wiretapping, the phone tapping, all that, if only people knew that it is about to be publicly displayed. Like, I've even seen, as a psychic, I've been able to predict what's coming down in the future for us. I'm telling you, not for us, for these agencies. A lot of these agents are turning on each other because they're like, no. This manager told me to surveil that person. This new rule, this regulation that was put in place by this guy, and then this guy says, no, it was that guy. My boss said to do this, though. But then it is going to be publicly outed. Public disclosure. You think just UFOs being publicly disclosed is something? Wait till they open the whole can of worms on manifestation. Wait till they open up the can of worms about how they've been programming you with subliminals this whole time. Wait, honey. Public disclosure of these agencies talking about how they've been surveilling illegally all of these innocent people that don't even have a fucking traffic ticket, honey. You wait, especially American citizens. Ooh, honey, you wait. American citizens who by law had their personal rights violated. Girl, just wait, because I have been seeing some trials. I have been able to psychically see what is coming down the pike for these agencies. DHS, CIA, FBI, all of it. There's a reason that girls like me have been targeted this entire time by agents like that. Like, literally, I'm on the FBI's watch list. My ex was, never mind, I'm not mentioning that guy. Anyway, the point is, he used to be an FBI informant, and so anybody that was ever attached to him energetically, like in his life, was automatically put on a list. So I was on the list, even though I don't have a traffic ticket. I don't have a rap sheet. I've never been in jail. I've never been arrested. I've never been even pulled over. I mean, I've been pulled over. I think I just got a warning. I don't even remember. Oh, was it? Yeah, I got a warning. I never even had a traffic ticket. Yeah, I don't even think I'm in the system for that. So wow. Yeah. So a lot of these Americans have been illegally surveilled. And so there's going to be like this widespread disclosure about that shit. Like, that's coming, baby. Don't you worry about a thing. Just keep choosing peace. Keep choosing love. And when told you either choose silence or you choose violence, you choose neither. I'm not silent about what happened to me. I'm not silent about my gifts. I'm not silent about who I work for or what I stand for. I'm not silent about any of it. Never have been, never will be, honey. There's a reason I was voted most likely to have a talk show in high school. Even the high schoolers knew that I was that bad bitch way before I was that bad bitch. So you're not choosing violence and you're not choosing silence. So what are you choosing? That's for me to know and you to find out. Many of you won't be finding out by watching me. A lot of you, most of you, will be finding out by unsubscribing to me and going about your merry little way and getting the karma that you are so rightfully owed. You're not going to know anything about me anymore because you're not entitled to hear my story. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to be in my energy. You're not allowed to hear my testimony from God. You're not allowed to hear my gorgeous voice as I share my testimony and prophesy for these holy ones. You're not allowed to be in the presence of God on holy soil, on holy land, in a divinely protected setting. So your energy will speak volumes, and you will just hate being here. You will not like being in the energy of peace. It will rattle your cage, and you will get so angry that you'll just be fed up. You'll throw your cell phone, you'll unsubscribe, you'll be like, fuck that girl, and you'll never show up here again. That is all it's going to be, because I'm not stopping. And if I don't stop, then all the frequency is going to be is peace, 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 and love, peace and love. And if that is not something you like, then you're going to want to leave. So if I'm not choosing silence and I'm not choosing violence, what is it then? What am I going to choose then? I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting to find out. But most of you are going to find out from miles and miles and miles away. Most of you are going to find out from worlds away, honey. Most of you are going to find out what I'm about because you hear it through the grapevine. You're mainly going to find out who I am through Reddit posts and gossip columns and news stations. You're going to find out what I'm about through watching CNN and knowing that I work with these higher beings that have come to help our world leaders during a time of war go to peace. These strong men, these strong military men, and these men with hands on their nuke buttons that are about to be told, stand down. You are not about to take out an entire human race. Calm your shit. They're going to need guidance. These powerful men with that much power to end the free world, I'm telling you right now, those men are going to need high priestesses. God is about to put us in high places, my love. Every single book, every single character in the Bible was put up in a high place. You know, you got Esther. She was the queen that became queen. She was very much a regal queen. Before she was even queen, she was exalted as queen. And same with Daniel and Moses and Joseph, especially Joseph. These people were all put in these high places by God, by their ability to remain peaceful. Wasn't it Joseph was able to interpret dreams? Because Pharaoh needed, or was it Daniel? Who was it? One of those men, the king of Egypt needed to have a dream interpreted. And Joseph, I think, was the one that said, oh, I know how to do it. I know what it means. Send me. I'll tell your king what that dream meant. That is how God is about to start using these people at seemingly rock bottom. They look like they're at rock bottom, but honey, they're anything but. They're anything but. They were just learning how to maneuver in the shadows. They were just learning how to hold their peace in a world of war. They were just learning how to be abundant without money. They were just learning how to speak life when others were speaking death over them. They were just learning how to oppose their entire family by choosing God and deciding that they want to be the one making the rules, not their family, right? So these people that are very much at rock bottom, they feel like they're at rock bottom, but honey, oh, if only they knew, if only they knew. And I'm here to remind them. I'm here to remind you. Yes, I get it, baby. I get you're living in your car right now. I get you're homeless. I get that. I'm in the same boat right now. In just a couple days, I don't know where I'm going. I have $8 to my name, but I don't know where I'm going. No idea. No clue. No clue. If something's gonna change soon, if I'm gonna stay, I don't know. But I haven't even eaten like food in several days, like 4 or 5 days. And you know what? It's okay. One, I love the mental clarity of this fast. I'm getting a lot of mental clarity. It's actually getting me closer to God, which I love. But two, of course I'll eat food again. I'm not worried. It's going to come in. I'm going to be able to eat calories again. That is going to be a thing. Why? Because it is a promise of God. God works for these messengers. These messengers are not going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You will have a roof, baby. You will have a roof over your head. You will, of course, meet people along the way, divine messengers to bless you. You will, of course, find out how much God loves you because your health will improve and your fridge will be full of food. And of course, you will have diapers for your babies. You work for God, my love. You're a messenger for the divine. Of course, you're going to have a room full of diapers. I know a lot of you right now, though, it's like you think that you don't even have money for a toothbrush. You know, I've had women come up to me and tell me they lived under a semi truck at Walmart for being a prophet, for being a chosen one of the Most High God. I have had starseeds come up to me and say they didn't even have money for a toothbrush. And I get that, my love. Look at you. Look at you going through the desert, Moses. Look at you, a fucking baddie. Going without anything and still loving God and still being that bad bitch. Look at you. Look at you. Honestly, look at you. I am so honored to know you, queen. What a fucking goddess. I'm honored to even know you. I'm honored to even know divine feminines like you exist, ladies. Serious, this is the best gig in the entire world. I'd rather have $8 to my name and not know where I'm going tomorrow and at least know that queens like you and me get to converse and have fellowship, period. Because I'll tell you what, a crown on your head doesn't make you a queen. Money in your bank account doesn't make you a queen. Girl, how many breakups you've had publicly doesn't make you or make you not a queen. Your address doesn't make you a queen, period. So for all of those rich and fancy people who think that your address makes you some sort of queen, no. What truly, truly makes you a queen is how you treat other queens. Not your address, not what's in your bank account, not what clothes you wear, not what fancy perfumes you can embellish yourself with, not how many men think you're the queen, the goddess of all things, and your beauty overtakes them. It's not that. It's who are you truly, truly on the inside. When you see another woman, can you go above and beyond to make her feel like a goddess today? Can you know that as a woman, giving her a compliment does not steal or take away from your beauty? That's a sign of a true queen. True royalty. A true queen doesn't need to be told that she's a queen. She just acts like one. She just knows it. She just knows it. I'm royalty. That's right. Your energy exudes royalty. It is just an energy. It cannot be shaken. It cannot be stirred. This is how you get to reclaim your kingdom. Because you stop letting your outside circumstances affect you. I understand there's so many people that come to me, they don't have money right now, and it's okay. That doesn't make you who you are. That's just a temporary thing, babe. That's just temporary. Homelessness is not forever. Baby, homelessness is not going to be forever, my love. It is just a phase where you are really truly learning, one, who you are, and two, who your family really is. And how they didn't really give two shits about you at rock bottom, if you're real with yourself. All it is doing is showing you how you are able to go to God, realize the divinity within yourself, and choose to be that source, that beacon of light in the world that is crumbling and falling apart, and you are the one God is using. It's beautiful. It really is so beautiful. Hi, Julia. I wish you the best too, Ella. I wish you the best. Yes, there are going to be so many people that they're going to highlight for you their inability to keep demons at bay. There's going to be a lot of people soon, my love, that unfortunately, they prove to you that they do not have a spiritually sound mind. They are not embodying the Christ energy. They are not embodying the higher mind of God, the higher mind of Christ. And when the Bible says, put on the mind of Christ, that's what it means. Put on the mind of Christ consciousness. And not a lot of these people can. And they're going to be proving it to you that they can't. They're going to be proving it to you that they've faked it this entire time. They're not really mentally sound. They're out here making horrible decisions for themselves, left, right, and center. And if you want to keep getting involved with them, I suppose you do. But girl, when they have consequences coming in, best believe, your consequences are coming too. You associate yourself with that, congratulations, your karma and their karma are now linked. Doesn't take rocket scientists. It's like, tell me who your 3 best friends are, and I will tell you who you are. You keep associating yourself with people who have legit demons, and you refuse. You refuse to go on record saying, I don't condone this behavior. Okay. Bye. I don't care if it's your mom or your dad. I don't care who it is. You refuse to go on record saying, I do not condone that person's behavior. I do not like what they're doing. I do not like that they're manipulating people. I do not like that they siphon energy from people. I don't like that they're a narcissist. They are a bully. You refuse to go on record voting with your consciousness, voting with your speech, voting with your energy, voting by walking away. You refuse to walk away, so you're condoning their behavior, period. That's it. And you're telling me that the Holy Spirit should be blessing that ass? You're telling me that your divine inheritance, that your ancestors bled for, baby, you're telling me that you should be gifted with all of that abundance so that you could go give it to their demons. Yeah, make that make sense. No, thank you. No, thank you. So what will happen instead is you will be forced to walk away from these people. And it will be just like it was for me, homelessness, losing jobs, friends, losing your party lifestyle, willingly turning down a bottle, okay? Not just like having it removed from you, but actually feeling like I want to do this because I love myself. I don't want to get sloshed every day. I want a better life for myself. I want mental clarity. I want my energy to myself, not to just random spirits that are up here in the freaking ethers that I don't even know. I don't know you from Adam, bruh. How often have you contributed to me? Exactly. So why should you get authority to channel through my ass? I don't think so. When you drink spirits, when you're drinking the alcohols, rums, and I'm a former alcoholic. I understand. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, it's like, sure, you got 1 million people in your energy. You got 1 million people wanting to access you, honey, because you are the one. You are really it. And of course they all want you. You're the light. But every time I would get drunk, I'd be handing my power away to these other spirits that aren't me. It's like, which one's Jenna? Who's Jenna? Of all of the, which one is Jenna? And now I finally, knowing my twin flame, when I'm talking to him, I know because he summons me. He summons me. He always says, Jenna, 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 my love, Jenna, my love, Jenna, I want Jenna, I want Jenna. So if I'm ever feeling a spiritual attack, my twin flame knows when it's happening because he's the same soul. We feel it at the same time. So if I'm on like a video call and somebody walks in, like in the room or in his room or whatever, and it's like, it's not us. He can feel it. And we just summon each other back. We're just like, hey, Marcos. Hey, baby. Hey, my love. Hi. And he's like, whoa, hi, babe. That is how it is when you're psychic. That is what it is to be summoned. That is what it is to be lucid. That is what it is to be yourself in a world that wants you to be everyone else but yourself. And so in the same way, he'll do the same thing. He'll be like, Jenna, hey, babe. Hi, babe. And when I'm here and I'm focused and I'm his wife and I'm like, hi, I'm your wife. He's like, yeah, hi, I'm your husband. Hi, Ray. How you doing? You looking real good. I've been out a while. When you can tell a spiritual attack, when you can see that it's not you and it's not your own energy, and you have somebody who knows you so well that they can tell when you're not yourself, girl, that is unconditional love. That is the real fucking deal. And I will never again go to anybody else for that. I know who mine is. I know who my husband is. And he knows who his wife is. I know who Christ is, and I know who the bride of Christ is. And together we are absolutely twin flames, and I am so hella thrilled that I have finally found my man and I am in twin flame union. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. To know that a lot of people on the planet are angry. Of course they're angry. They tried to find God in a Bible and in a bottle. You tried to find God every Sunday looking your best, sitting in a pulpit, you in a pew trying to find God there, and you never did. And I'm sorry, that's not my fault. And what you're not going to do is ever take it out on me again. Not when I have spent 14 years of my precious life bleeding, crying, getting angry, and dying for this cause. You will not hurt me nor any of these beautiful divine messengers who sacrificed every single day their lives to teach you about the real God. What you will never do again is ever energetically harm any of these divine messengers ever again, period. What you're going to do is you're going to go look at the real culprit, the real problem, which is your damn self, and you're going to go back to whatever church you went to and tell them, I didn't find God here, I got to go. That's what you're going to do on your own time and on your own dime. What you're never going to do again is harm any of these divine prophets and messengers who have been out here every single day, honey, choosing love 24/7. It is not their fault that they manifested their twin flame into their life. Why would it be? It's a good thing. You should be blessing these people. You should be thanking these people for teaching you about love. You should be blessing these people that they get to know about twin flame union and they get to sustain that frequency of love as often as they do. Because, honey, if anybody on the planet knows about God and has hope for humanity, it would be these twin flames in union. If anybody wants to come up against these divine chosen ones in love, these ones madly in love, these soulmates in love, the only one that's going to look mighty stupid is you. You're going to look really weak. You're going to look like you lost your soulmate a long time ago and you just look pissed as hell. You just look absolutely disheveled. You look mad as hell because you went to go find another one to replace that one and you couldn't do it. So these divine pairs coming into union on the planet, the whole reason the world's in absolute state of chaos is because real, true, unconditional love is being had between two divine partners constantly. And they are so divinely protected that no one can come against them. Can you imagine the energy between two divine portals of love just ping-ponging love back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? Equal energy exchange. Nothing but love between the two of them. And nobody else gets to be in the middle of that love. Could you even imagine? True twin flames in union. I'm telling you right now, that is what's got the world up shit's creek right now. Yeah. Let them be angry. They should be angry. Let these people be mad. They should be mad. Shit, they've been lied to their whole life. I'd be mad too. Damn, but I'm not. I would be, but I'm not. I would be mad, but I'm not. I'm not angry. I might sometimes want to give up, but that doesn't mean I'm going to. It just means I'm feeling that way. And that too shall pass. So yeah, I'd be angry too if you started seeing twin flames in union and you're looking and comparing your marriage to their marriage and you're like, wait, what? We've been married 40 years. 40 years married, and I don't have nearly a drop of love coming from my husband like that. Lots of people that have been working a 9-to-5 that they fucking hate. And they're just now learning, because the world's waking up, they're just now learning that a 9-to-5 is modern day slavery, and they hate their life. It's okay. You're allowed to say, this is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to start learning if I can do something else. But these people are angry, and it's okay that they're angry. All you have to do is stay in peace. And just know that archangels protect you. Anytime you're around someone who's that violent or that aggressive or that mean or whatever, just pray. Just say, Archangel Michael, protect me. Please save me right now. Please protect me. Please keep me safe. So you're going to be exalted very soon because of your level of peace. The peace that only God can give you. Only God can give you that peace that defies understanding. Of course it defies understanding. The world's at World War III, babe. It doesn't make sense why you're at peace. It doesn't make sense why all of a sudden your mental anguish is gone and it's disappeared, and the breakup that happened that should have broke you down. You're out here loving again. You're out here finding the real one. That shit doesn't make sense to people. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. They just have to witness it. And then they will be noticing, because every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that you are God, that you are Christ consciousness, that you are your higher self. Every single person in your environment will be forced to treat you as a goddess would be treated, or as a god should be treated, period. Or they'll just leave. Those are the two options. They either respect you as the anointed chosen one that you are because you respect yourself as God. I don't care what your bank account says. I don't care what your scale says. I don't care what clothes you wear, what your address is, what your skin color is. I don't care how perky you are, how much hair you have on your head. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is what you say you are. You claim you're chosen. You claim you're holy. You claim you're divine, and okay, great. So everyone else has to claim that same thing too. That is how it is. Period. And the rest of you that are fighting so hard for your limitations, you're fighting so hard to convince yourself that you're not God of your reality. You fight so hard to say, oh, my mama says. I don't care what your mom says. Oh, well, my church says I can't. I don't care what your church says. Oh yeah, but my past says this, and my bank account says. I don't care what that says. What I care about is what God says. And you, God, are saying you're broke. You, God, are saying my mom makes the rules and I just have to abide by them. You, as God of your reality, of your video game, of your simulation, you are handing your power away to your pastor and saying, yeah, but my pastor says this though. That's great. Did I ask your pastor? No. I asked you. Now you, as God, are saying that your pastor is right. So congratulations. You have made your pastor your God. That's lovely. I love that for you. You will eventually learn that that is bullshit. You will eventually learn that he or she should not be making rules for your soul. You will learn that one day, not around me, because, honey, I ain't got time for that shit. I'm the Most High God. Me, myself, and I am the Most High God in my reality, period. What I say goes. What I say goes. When I say it, it goes. That's how it is. My Christ awareness, my higher mind of Christ, makes the rules. When I say I'm poor, I'm poor. When I say I'm homeless, I'm homeless. When I say I'm good and God's got me, God's got me. I make the rules. Not every troll from Trollville who wants me homeless. Shut your lips. I didn't ask you. You can keep talking, but I'm going to stare right at it. I'm going to look at the comments. I'm going to say, that's sweet. I don't give a shit. You can look at something 2 inches right in front of your face and still say, I don't think so. You can look at that bill that you just got in the mail, look at it and be like, I don't think so. Because I'm God and I say this is a joke. Period. It's paid off because I say so. Period, because I say so. Period, because I'm a millionaire. Period. Millionaires don't have bills like this. Millionaires don't have debt. Millionaires are not in the negative. Period, I say so. Period, I say so. And when you realize that you're God and you're the only one that is God, listen to your bank statement. Why would you listen to that bill? Why would you listen to the agent, the customer service agent that tells you there's a balance? One time, I was in collections for a year and a half. I could not get this balance paid off. It was a medical bill. I couldn't get it forgiven for the life of me, and I could not get the insurance company to give a shit. And it was covered. The insurance company was supposed to cover it 100%. And so anyway, every time I'd call, there was always something. Now, back then, when I didn't claim that I could manifest a zero balance, the universe had to conspire in my favor to keep the balance there, to keep me in collections, to keep me in debt. I hadn't yet claimed that it was $0. So of course, every time I called, they're like, yes, ma'am, so sorry, there's still a balance. Yes, we've resubmitted it yet again, ma'am. We did that. Yes, we did it all. Please call back in 2 weeks. We need to resubmit it. And notice it was never rejected by the insurance company because it was covered by insurance. So in my reality, it wasn't that. It wasn't a denial letter. It was always something. It was always, oh, we submitted it late. Oh, there was a typo. Oh, they said that the internal paperwork wasn't right. Something. It was always something, right? But it was never a rejection because, again, I knew that it was supposed to be covered. So the universe didn't give me a reality where they rejected it. It was always just something to keep me in debt. Always something to keep me in collections. So one day I called, and honey, by this point I was fed up. I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I decided I've had enough. Me, finally. So I call this company. I'm on the phone with the agent. Of course, they once again, ma'am, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to call back in 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm getting, you know what? Nah. Finally, for the first time, I want a supervisor. Okay, I'm going to be that girl. I'm going to be a Karen. Yes, please, supervisor. And so she puts me on hold, goes to try to find a supervisor, and comes back and is like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We don't seem to have one of those at this time. I was like, oh, I don't care. I'll wait. Thank you so much. I'll wait. And she's like, well, there's high call volume. And I'm like, that's funny. I was literally the first in line. The automated system says I was the first in line, and you answered within 10 seconds. I will wait. It's Tuesday at 2 p.m. I will wait. It wasn't really Tuesday. I don't know what day it was, but trust me, I did not have to wait long. She put me back on hold and conveniently came back with a supervisor. And I was like, thank you. Yes, transfer me. So I get to the supervisor after just being told my balance, I still had a bill, I still had debt, and I was still in collections, right? The lady, again, yes, ma'am, we see a balance here. There is nothing we can do. You're going to have to call back in a couple of weeks, okay? I'm going to just have to reiterate the same thing, ma'am, that lady just told you. There's still a balance, Jenna. So sorry about that. So I said, you know what? I can't take it anymore. This is fucking ridiculous. No, it honestly is. And I even said that to the lady. I'm like, you do see this is kind of weird, right? I said, can you just see what you can do for real? And she's like, let me put you on hold for a second. So she put me on hold. And in that moment, I said to myself, it's a zero balance. I have a zero balance, period. That's it. I'm not settling. I have a zero balance. Duh, I have a zero balance. Of fucking course I have a zero balance. I'm a goddess. Of course I have a zero balance. Bitch, I have millions of dollars in my bank account. What the fuck? What the fuck? Of course this is paid off. Of course it is a zero balance. Duh, because I say so. Duh. Seconds later, as God is my witness, guys, this woman, the supervisor, comes back on the phone and she says, Miss, are you still there? Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Hi, I'd like to inform you that you actually have a zero balance as of April 18th. I'm sorry, what did you just, wait, I'm sorry, what was that, please? I'm sorry, can you repeat? Yes, ma'am. You have a zero balance as of April 18th. Would you like me to send a receipt to you that this is paid off? Yes, please. This isn't that. Are you sure? Yes, ma'am. And I was like, wait a minute, but you just told me it was a balance though. And then so did the other chick, right? You both just told me that, right? And she's like, I'm so sorry if you were misinformed before, ma'am. Is there anything I can help you with? Anything else I can help you with? No. So I started crying. I was like, this is the happiest day of my life. I started crying. And then I called them back again just to be sure because it felt so weird. I was like, oh my God, I have to make sure this chick wasn't high on something. So I called them back and sure enough, they're like, yes, ma'am, it's a zero balance and we're sending you a letter saying it's paid off. Is there anything else I can help you with? What? Because I decided in 2.2 seconds? Because I made a decision in 2 seconds? Wait. I don't understand. I don't get it. Somebody answer this for me. I was like literally here like crying. I didn't even believe it. And yeah, the way that for a year and a half, all it was I hadn't made the decision. I had not decided yet to just say, fuck this. I have zero balance, period. I don't care how. I just know it's zero. I don't give a shit how. It's just $0. And I saw it on a piece of paper. I saw $0.00. That's what I saw in my mind's eye, and boom, it manifested. So not one person on the planet can tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, honey. I don't give a shit how many trolls from Trollville try it. I know who I am. I know what I speak happens, and I know that I am God of my reality, period. So if anybody else wants to give their power away to somebody else, a Bible, a bank account, a pastor, a mommy, a daddy, you go do that. But me personally, I'm going to give myself to God myself. I'm going to give my power to myself, and I'm going to make shit happen. Period. End of story. Not some guy in the sky with a gray beard that can, fingers crossed. I hope I get it. That's the thing with religion. They've got you so brainwashed into thinking that your God is going to help you, and only 50% of the time does he even do it. He or she. He, she, it, we, they, whatever it is. Only 50% of the time do you even get your manifestation. Why? Because it's hoping and praying. Nah, you got to claim that shit. You got to claim it. But you have to claim it as God. You have to claim it as the operant power. You have to claim it as the only one that can claim it. It wasn't the agent's doing. It wasn't her customer service that magically like, oh my God, let me just, it's all set. It wasn't her. I shifted into a new timeline where it had already been paid off since April 18th. I instantly shifted the second I claimed it, the second I sent out. All I had to do was make the decision. All you have to do is make the decision. But so many of you are confused. You're getting it real fucking twisted, thinking that you need to give your power away to some guy in the sky or some book because you bought it at Target. Girl, please. I'm not about to call a book holy simply because the word holy is on it. I don't think so. How about I take my power back, give it to my own damn self, and claim myself as God. I'm the Most High God. I am. As God is my witness, I am the Most High God. Period. I am the Most High God, and you are the Most High God of your reality. Now, for those of you who want to say otherwise, you're like, shut up, Jenna, that's stupid. Bye. No, really, goodbye. Because, your life's going to look like shit soon. Of course it is. You believe in a God that cannot grant your wishes. You have put all your energy into a narcissist who has now been exalted as your king, as your God, as your provider, as your protector, as your everything. You have given over power to a man or a pastor or a politician. You have made them your idol, your false God. And that God ain't going to do shit for you, honey. Not even money. Money works for you. It isn't your God. Don't idolize it. It's not you. You are God. You are God. Everything else around you is just a moot point. It's just a cherry on top. Knowing that you are the true source of it all is the most delicious thing on the planet, my love. All of it. Knowing that even right now, when there's no food in my fridge and I have $8 to my name, even knowing that one day that will not be the case. I will be in a mansion. I will have groceries delivered, healthy, organic, non-GMO, delicious food all the time. I will be healthy as hell, vitamins for days, health, vitality. I will have all of that again after having lived on the streets. My rags to riches story is in progress. Best believe. So while I know a lot of you right now are looking at your 3D environment and you're like, but it's ruling everything, Jenna. It's overwhelming me. And it's like, it's so much. And it's so, how do you just see it and avoid it? You do see it. You do see the version that they're offering you, which is absolute garbage. Yes. You can't avoid that. I saw what they were telling me. I knew that they were telling me I had a balance. So it's not like I had to ignore my 3D. I had to just say, I choose something different now. I select something different to replace it. So you don't have to be afraid of your 3D physical environment anymore. You don't have to be afraid of what you're seeing with your eyeballs. What you're seeing with your eyeballs is just a culmination of all your shit thoughts and patterns from the past. So even right now, as I think about my fridge not having food, it's like, even that, I'm manifesting more emptiness of my fridge. If instead I saw fruits and vegetables and all of it, right? I see everything in my fridge, like all these healthy foods and yogurts. And oh my God, a smoothie sounds about the most beautiful, delicious thing in the world right now. Girl, one thing I miss so much that I haven't had, kefir smoothies. Oh my God, you ever make milk kefir from home? Oh my Lord, that's so delicious. That's so delicious and so hella nutritious. And I've not had that in a really long time. I think I got to start manifesting more of that. And kombucha too. I used to brew the shit out of some kombucha, okay? I miss my fermentation station. That is one thing that I really miss when I used to have my apartment, when I used to live in a studio apartment. Like, I just, by myself, I actually did. I made a pretty good name for myself as a spiritual advisor. I had tons of clients. I was booked and busy all the time. And then I went through the whole collective shit show that we all went through starting about 2022. Ugh, the 2022 year from hell, honey. That's when it all kind of started. And then it just a culmination of I had to heal my mind. I had to heal and differentiate myself between what everyone else was doing. And so, yeah, my business took a hit. It did. It used to, but I'm getting that shit back online. I'm getting it thriving again. Same with my health, same with my vitality, same with my money, same with everything. And to now be putting myself back out there in the world and opening myself up again as the psychic medium that I am, psychic extra large, thank you, Jesus. To put myself back out there again as a spiritual psychic and see all of these energies that are so angry and so irate because they haven't yet been able to learn the things that I learned. It's going to really test my boundaries. It's going to really test my patience. Like, no, your anger isn't welcome here. No, I don't care if you watch me. I don't care if you hear from me. I don't care if I know you. I don't care who you are. You're not going to watch me. You're not going to ever send projections to me again. They will all go back to you. All of those thoughts that you have that you can't get out of, it's because it's a frequency, and your frequency of thoughts that you're selecting and choosing, you're stuck on it because you live guilt and shame and some of the most low vibrational bullshit. You don't want to change from your ways. That's fine. You don't have to. But just know that shit is going to get you caught up. And like all the garbage thinking that you're thinking, your dominant thoughts are creating your shit reality, period. It's not going to create my shit reality anymore. It's already done that. I won't let it now. People are just going to drop like flies out of my reality. Did you just see how like half the people just dropped when I said you're not welcome here? That's how it's going to be going forward. The only ones that will stick, the only ones that can stay, and are those two. Oh my God. The only ones that can stay are these magical butterflies. I just saw two butterflies mating in the air. It looked like a fairy. I thought it was a fairy. But it was two butterflies mating. I've never seen. What? Butterflies mate in the air? Wait, that's fucking beautiful. That actually is really fucking cool. I didn't know that. Do they mate in the air? Anyway, whatever. The only ones that will be able to be in my energy anymore are these magical fairies, bae. These people that live above the fray. They live above distortion, anger, violence, war. They live above that. Only the mentally sound and the spiritually protected will be anywhere near me. Only beautiful, gorgeous, empathic, divine, loving beings will be in my energy. No one will ever watch my content again unless they work for the good Lord. Facts, period. That's the end of story. I'm setting intentions over that right now. Everyone else, if you see me, it'll make you ill. You won't even like it. You'll be like, ugh, her energy sucks. You're going to want to leave because it's uncomfortable. You'll hate it. You'll hate how I smile. You'll hate how I talk about love. You'll hate how I freaking manifest butterflies. You'll hate it. You'll hate it. You'll be like, bleh. I have to leave. This is so unattractive. And you're just going to not want to be in my orbit. And I love that for you. I love that you're going to want to go back to the reality that you create for yourself, Boo Bear. All of these people now have a decision to make. As twin flames enter union on the planet, and no one can stop them. No one. Because God, though, their imagination is God, and they keep seeing together themselves in union. You can't stop two people that want to be together. If God is for you, who can ever be against you? So if these people are for each other, then who can ever be against them, you know? So the more twin flames and soulmates get into union, the more people are going to feel this energy of the planet as it ascends. Your planet is ascending. And as it gets to the 4D, the fourth dimension instead of the third dimension, that's when time becomes irrelevant. That's when manifestations become instant. That's when paranormal events start occurring and the truth starts getting discovered in the world and on news stations and stuff like that. Disclosures start happening. So twin flames are literally the tools that God is using to disrupt the planet. And they're not going to make it very long unless they surrender to love, because it will not feel good. It will feel like absolute torture in their own soul. They have to surrender to God. It's like seeing two people in love at the mall, holding hands and kissing, right? And then you thinking how shit your relationship is with your man. That problem is not going away simply because you see two people making out. This issue is still a glaring issue. It needs to be dealt with. That overwhelming urge that people will feel in their relationships to go through divorce, to break up, to confess things like, oh, I cheated on you or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's going to be happening. Christ consciousness is flooding the planet. And it's not just through one person. It's an energy. And everyone will be feeling that energy soon enough. And Judgment Day is all of us, our higher selves, judging ourselves. That's what it is. It's not a pastor judging you. It's not me judging you. It's you judging you. It really is. It's your own unhappiness judging you. Your own unhappiness, your own inability to self-regulate and self-soothe, your own inability to put down the bottle, that is what is being judged by your own self. So really, the more these twin flames stay in union, the more they stay aligned and they stay on the planet and they stay on Earth and they don't, you know, they don't run. They literally face it head on and they're like, yeah, no, we're together. This is a thing. That's it. Hi, welcome. This is my husband. I'm his wife. Hi. Hello. I am here. Hi, Flame. How you doing? Speaking of twin flames, how are you, bae? How are you? I bet you're real spicy, real hot. How you doing, Flame? But that's just it. The more these twin flames get into union and no one can separate them because they have been begging for each other. They've been praying, please, please, God, do anything to get us back together. True twin. Like, that is literally the love of a lifetime, baby. You're telling me salty Sallies are going to convince these two people who have been dying to find each other for lifetimes. You're telling me that some trolls from Trollville on the internet is going to convince these two people, these soulmates from God, that they're not worthy of being together? Bitch, please. Bitch, please. Absolutely not. You're telling me that they don't get to have everlasting love between... Please. Absolutely not. There are a lot of higher angels up there, baby, that really are fighting for these people to be together. While there's a lot of demons out here, sure, yeah. Yeah? Gremlin-looking motherfuckers? Sure. Yeah, you guys have been stalked, possessed. You've had people targeting you and harassing you, and I get that. But, honey, you've also had some higher powers, too, watching over your ass. So I'm telling you right now, twins in union or nearing twin flame union, you have a huge life calling. Huge. I'm telling you right now, people like Marcos and I do not get together on this planet unless there is something big going down. Facts. And the rest of the world that's so afraid and you're on the fear frequency, go beyond the fear frequency. You're not on the love frequency. You're not going to be on my channel. You're not going to be in my live stream. This will make you so uncomfortable, this next phase. You will hate seeing two people in love like us. You will hate it. You will just hate it. You really will. If you live on the fear frequency and you are that opposed to love, you will not like this next phase. No, because when a girl like me claims a different reality, I don't claim homelessness anymore. Yeah, sure. My bank account may say $8 to my name on the actual app, but in spirit, I'm a multimillionaire, honey. All I have to do is claim that reality instead. I'm the only one that can, right? I'm the only one that can claim I'm already married. See the ring on my finger? I'm already married to my hubby. We're already married and happy. Not really, not legally yet, but in the soul, in the spirit. But yeah, we'll be married soon enough in the physical. Yeah, why not? Why not? But the point is, guys, you're the one that makes the rules. So give yourself a new rule book. Stop listening to your grandpa with his old, antiquated, outdated rules on love. Stop listening to your mom when they're like, oh, we'll see, but I don't want you with so-and-so because of this, and I don't want them because... Okay, and I don't care. I don't care. You're not God of my reality, mommy, or daddy, or pastor, or religious group. You're not God over me, though. I'm sovereign. I make the rules, though. If I say so-and-so we're getting married, that's it, point blank. That's it. If I say I'm divinely protected, that's it, point blank. If I say I'm a millionaire, that's it, point blank. My 3D does not make the fucking rules. I do. So guys, today, go make your 3D matrix your bitch, okay? Not the other way around. Not the other way around. You tell the 3D how it moves. You tell that mountain move, and it shall move. You have that authority in God. You have that authority in Christ. You rule and reign with Christ consciousness now. You are it. Whatever your I am presence, your I am Christ consciousness, whatever that says, you are now able to decide with your voice, with your actions, with your thoughts. You're the one that says, okay, out of all the infinite realities that exist, okay, I choose that one. That one. No, but what about you're poor though? No, that one. Yeah, but like so-and-so broke up with you though. No, but that one. Yeah, but like you're ugly though. No, but that one. No, but like you have a broken ankle. No, but that one. You are responsible for choosing consistently the new version of reality that you saw in your imagination. And that's it. You're not going to have proof of that first. You're not going to see it in the 3D first. You see it in your imagination first. Your responsibility is to claim that version of reality that is invisible to everyone else except you. And to be so defiantly opposed to even your own mommy telling you not to have that reality that you are known as that bad bitch that goes against all rules and regulations, honey. You say no. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, hallelujah. That's right. That's right, I heard that. That car understood. That horn fucking gets it. That horn was like, I'm God, bitch. You're going to hear me roar. There is no one to fight but yourself. You're the only one that gets to make the rules. No one else makes the rules but you. You're the only one that selects it. You're the only one that consistently selects it. So yeah, while I could go back to the version of my reality where there's no food in my fridge, right now in the physical 3D, sure, that is what it's showing. But if I keep going into my imagination and I keep seeing another alarm, look at that, all these confirmations, and I keep seeing the abundance for me in the form of groceries, then that is what is going to happen, period, because I fucking say so. That's mine. That's mine. And I love me some calories, honey. So I'm going to eat some damn food. I haven't eaten in days. And although I love the like mental clarity from fasting, your girl wants to eat. So I am definitely getting money in my bank account to put food in my fridge. Even if it's not that, something else will happen to put food in my fridge. Girl, I could wake up tomorrow and just have suddenly an entire new reality where everything is different. This is how it shifts, guys. And this is how quickly it is supposed to shift. You are supposed to have that instant shift. That lady on the phone that told me I had a balance, she literally put me on hold, girl, for like less than 5 minutes and came back and said, oh, ma'am, we misspoke. Turns out you don't owe us anything. Yeah, no, you have a zero balance, ma'am. Any other questions? That fast, because you say so. That fast, because you're God. That fast, baby. It's as quick as you say it is. How often do you keep going back to that reality? So how often do you keep going from I don't have to, oh yeah, that's right, I have more than enough. Oh my God, no, wait. Of course I have a lot. Duh, oh my God, that's right. How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to know that you have it right now? The second you say you have it, how does that feel? Because that's real. Your consciousness is all that exists. So your awareness is really all that is building your reality, my love. That's it. What are you aware of being? What are you aware of seeing? What are you aware of feeling? See, I'll tell you, the feeling of having $0 in your bank versus the feeling of having millions of dollars in your bank, I can tell you right now, that shit feels different. Okay? That feels different. That feels like relief. Like, of course I'm going to be okay. Because whether I like it or not, the 3D physical world runs on money. Whether I like it or not, I got to have money to pay shit down here. Okay? That's how it is. Well, that's how it is for me in my reality. That's how I've made the rules. In my reality, money is essential. So I can't very well go out here hating money now, can I? Being like, fuck money, I don't want money, money is the devil, all the while trying to manifest more of it. Make that make sense. Can't be afraid of money and then want more of it in your reality at the same time. Same with love and partnerships and sex and intimacy. You can't literally be afraid of all of the money and love that is coming into your life and then and push it away and still be happy. That's just, you can't do that, guys. You got to really, really deal with this shit. You got to really look at this, my love. You got to look at how angry people get too when you draw boundaries and you tell them to fuck right off as well, because that's another thing too that I've noticed. It's like people feel so entitled to be your friend. They feel so entitled to like be in your energy. And you're like, why? Why did I ever give you, did I ever give you that idea that we were friends? I'm sorry, we're not. We're not. I'm not in the market for friends. I'm not manifesting friends into my reality. I'm not manifesting buddy. I'm not manifesting that. I'm manifesting twin flame union and my life purpose. And so anybody who just feels entitled to my energy or to ask questions, like I don't know you though. It's not, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying I can feel an energy coming from people that feel entitled to things. You're not entitled to know things about me. Just because I've just met you and you claim to be my sister or my brother or my best friend or like that I've noticed is like, that's one thing with being on social media is you do get a lot of these people that love your energy. And so they come up to you and they're like, oh my God, I love your energy. We're so besties. I'm this and this and this. And what about you? What's your sign? You can't force a friendship on somebody. Like, it's not words that I pay attention to. It's not emojis. I read energy. And if I can read your energy from a mile away and I don't like it, I'm not going to want to entertain it. I'm not in the market for friends. So I'm sorry to anybody that offends. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm here to get my soul right with God. I'm here because World War III is on the brink, and a lot of warriors like myself have been tasked by the Most High God and higher forces that you don't even know about yet. We have been asked to be representatives for otherworldly entities, for our leaders to put down their weapons. That is what has been happening. We have been working diligently in having peace on earth. And so what I'm not going to do is ever allow for distractions to ever take place in my life again. I'm not in the market for friends. I'm here for a bigger cause. I'm here for a bigger purpose. And my gifts and my spiritual protections and my divisions, my provisions, the way that God has divinely provided for me, that is going to remain intact. Huh? You will never send me that shit again, by the way. Whoever I just blocked, you sent a lot of hate my way. Watch your fucking self. Don't send that to me ever again. That's garbage energy. Your energy was absolute garbage, and you know who you are. So don't send that shit to me ever again and not expect that 10,000 fold. I've given so many public service announcements to people on my channel. Don't show up here if you don't like me. Because when I block your energy and I boot you from the chat and you send anything but love my way, it's coming back to you 1,000 fold. So don't ever get it twisted thinking that I owe you something. I owe you nothing. I've never owed you anything. You feel a little too entitled to my energy, to my words, to the closeness of me, to the moderator status that there's so many people that feel hella entitled to something they have zero right to. And I'm telling you right now, if I ever block you and you send retaliatory energy to me, I'm sending that shit back 1,000 fold. That's not on me. That's on you. You're going to need to go ask yourself why you're not allowed in my energy, period. This goes for every ex from Texas. I don't give a shit who you are. You're going to have to start asking yourself, why doesn't she want anything to do with me? Period. Or don't. You don't have to ask yourself, but just know I'm blocking you anyway, okay? That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a boundary, and I had every right to draw it, because if after you draw a boundary, the first thing you feel is retaliation from someone energetically, honey, tell me you didn't do the right thing in drawing a boundary. You did the right thing, honey. You did the right thing. All that nasty, negative, karmic, distorted, disgusting energy, I don't fucking want it, and I'm not going to have anything to do with it, honey. That's on you. You're the one that got booted. You're the one that's energy I can smell from a mile away. I don't want it. It's gross, and I do not accept it, period. I only accept love, and I only accept those in my orbit, in my energy, on my live stream that I talk to on a daily basis. The top 3 people closest to me are all aligned with the Holy Spirit, honey. And if I have to smell your energy from a computer screen and it smells off, I'm a boot your ass. And if you send anything but love to me, I send that back 1,000 fold. I also send love back 1,000 fold. So do not get it twisted that you're going to send projections onto anybody ever again that do not owe that. Look how it just went down to 1 subscriber. Look how I literally have 1 person in here right now. Girl, look. That's what I'm saying, guys. Let spirit clear it out, babe. Let it just reset. Reset. Let God bring the real one in. If you just reestablish what you stand for, if you just said, I stand for this and I stand for that, this is what it's going to be. You are going to have beautiful people who come in the same type of energy that you're demanding. You're commanding your reality. I don't accept this. I won't take breadcrumbs. No to entitlement. No to greedy energies. No to self-absorbed energies. No, no, no. I don't work with demons, bro. Right? And watch your reality reset itself. Watch the real deal come in. Watch the real one show up. Right? You guys are fighting for love every single second of every day. You're manifesting 24/7. You don't just stop manifesting. Ever. You're always living in the end. You're always living in some end result. So you might as well adjust your thoughts with your own best interest. So remove everything and everyone that is a lie and the energies that are just not aligned with you anymore. Remove them from your life. Boom, that's it. Out you go. And then watch new come in, period. When one door closes, another one opens, honey. It always has to. Anyway, guys, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you later.